Hey guys, so I just read this news article I want to share with you, and it's absolutely mind-blowing. Elon Omar got away with all this. I mean, we're talking about money possibly missing. And we're not talking about $5 million. We're talking about a whole bunch of money. It's just absolutely crazy. I want to read this part really quick here. US Representative Elon Omar close ties to $1 billion welfare scam in her Minnesota congressional district are being uncovered. Elon Omar, Democrat from Minnesota, held parties at one of the key restaurants named in the fraud and knew one of its now convicted owners and one of her own staffers has also been convicted, both for stealing millions of dollars. It says here, Elon Omar even introduced the bill that led to $250 million in fraud, and yet she claims to have been completely unaware of it. All this money, crazy money, we talking about hundreds of millions of dollars. A lot of it went to other stuff instead of going to the American people. All right, so you have President Donald Trump has been talking about deporting Elon Omar or stripping her from Congress. I mean, it's just the corruption and look, I'm not saying all foreign people are bad, but man, there's a bad reputation when it comes to these people in power. And now we have Mamdani, who's going to be mayor in January 2026, and what he brings to the table. All right, so once again, this is a mind-blowing bombshell news. Elon Omar and $200 million that she's unaware of. I mean, you're the congresswoman. You should know where the money's going to. But it seems like a lot of this money went to her buddies. All right, so let's see what's going on here. Guys, before I start, give this video a big thumbs up. Like, subscribe, and share. And for those that want to help support the channel, the links will be in the description box. So Elon Omar even introduced the bill that led to $250 million in fraud. And yet, she claims to have been completely unaware of it. Representative Elon Omar knew who these people were. People she personally knew were making tens of millions of dollars in this program. Now, this is, you have Bill Glenn, a policy fellow with the Minnesota-based Center of the American Experiment. Now, he's basically sounding the alarm. Bill, give me a second here. Bill Glenn is the one that's saying she knows where the money went to. She's acting like she don't know where the money went to, but she knows. So she had been inside the Safari facility on numerous occasions and couldn't put two and two together. Either she's terminally naive or knew and didn't care. Around $250 million was handed out by the Minnesota government to provide meals to school children during the pandemic from 2020. Instead, it was pocketed by corrupt business owners, including Salim Ahmed said, and he's the co-owner of Safari Restaurant, where Elon Omar held her 2018 congressional victory party. Said was found guilty in August of stealing over $12 million for serving 3.9 million phantom meals during the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, he blew much of the money on a $2 million Minneapolis mansion and a $9,000 a month shopping habit at Nordstrom, according to prosecutor. These people really took our tax money and just spent it. This is corruption. This is like, I wouldn't say it's treason, but it is corruption. And stuff like this, people are, again, supposed to be thrown in jail. But again, for some reason, it seems like these politicians, they don't go to jail. They get away with it. They protected. It's just mind-blowing. If let's say if I go to Walmart and I steal, let's say, a TV dinner, and they catch me, right? Walmart has one of these like hidden rooms that the police take you and they sit you down and they tell you you stole this item. You will again, you'll be arrested and you will no longer come to this Walmart. And they take a picture of you and they're gonna make sure next time you come in, they would call the cops. Again, Americans get persecuted for stuff like that, but when it comes to politicians taking millions of dollars, for some reason, they get a slap in the wrist. It says here, Ilhan Omar has not been directly linked to the scandal. According to a prosecutorial documents, her office did not respond to a request for comment from the Post. The free meals were made possible by the 2020 Meals Act, which was introduced by Omar and passed by partisan support. So nearly 80 people have been indicted to date in the massive $1 billion welfare fraud scheme, including Salim Ahmed. She knew. She definitely knew. These people just getting busted left and right. This is why Donald is going after them. This is why Donald is really telling Ilhan Omar, you're out of here. You're out of here. Most of the money in Minneapolis was funded through the now defunct nonprofit Feeding Our Future. It allowed both nonprofits and for-profit businesses to be reimbursed with taxpayer money for feeding kids by dramatically loosening oversight, waiving site inspections, and allowing bulk take-home food with almost no verification. As the scam was going on in 2020, Ilhan Omar appeared on a video at Minneapolis Safari restaurant to praise the program. The Congresswoman later told KARE 11 News, the alleged fraud scheme orchestrated by Feeding Our Future is reprehensible, using the guise of feeding children to funnel millions of dollars towards extravagant expenses is abhorrent, and anyone who participated in this scheme must be held accountable. Her spokesperson also said she had no knowledge of any wrongdoing. Come on. They knew exactly what they were doing. In 2021, when Minnesota Department of Education flagged that organization for irregularities and serious defiances, such as incomplete audits, a top aide to Ilhan Omar, deputy district director, came rushing to their defense in a newly resurfaced video. He spoke at a gala praising the vital work of Feeding Our Families and blasted state agency for asking too many questions. I'm tired of the MDE thing. How many more do we have to fight against? The top Omar associate, who has not been indicted or directly linked to the fraud, said during the impassioned speech. He also blamed the unwanted attention from authorities on racism and rallied the community to stick together. It's always like that. When they get busted, they come out and say this is a racist thing. or all this crazy names. Like, you got busted, all right? You got busted. Stop your nonsense. They're doing this because they're racist. Because I'm from Somalia, and it's just absolutely mind-blowing. Just like the mayor of Chicago. We don't need ICE agent here. The president is racist. What's this ICE agent got to do with racism? ICE agents are out there arresting illegals that came to this country and broke the law by crossing the border instead of going through the port of entry. You guys are in power. You should know the land of the law. Instead, you guys are baloney, uneducated, don't know the law, and whenever a commander sends military to clean up the streets with all these crimes, you guys call him racist. Unbelievable. He also blamed the unwanted attention from authorities on racism and rallied the community to stick together. See, so they're trying to bring the people together. They're trying to start some kind of movement. The whistleblower have claimed the fear of being called racist meant government officials were reluctant to prosecute the scheme to its full extent early on. So you got all these people here. All these people here. All these people. On Monday, a U.S. House committee in the Treasury Department launched investigation into whether Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, that's another person there, that man is not fit to be governor, not fit, had a role in oversight of the scheme, which could have been caught much earlier. Tim Walz commented to say he welcomed the fraud investigation but didn't comment on his inclusion in it. The Somali community have a distrust of norms in our society, like Minnesota. Nice. They're conditioned to ripping off the government because that's what goes on in Somalia, added Gaither. All right. So once again, what did Ilhan Omar know about the $1 billion welfare fraud case in her Minnesota district? What are your thoughts on it? I mean, it's just mind-blowing because, again, not only her, but there's a lot of politicians out there, a lot of politicians that has been stealing. And here's the thing, guys. I leave this in God's hand. God will seek revenge. It just absolutely very concerning. This is politics. It's politics. But this is our country, and is being, the system is being abused. And then we have people in power that's just very concerning. You could tell that they are very uneducated. It just, our country is not in the right path. This country, I don't see it being a Christian nation. America's in big trouble. But I will keep you updated with this news. Like, subscribe, and share. Check out the videos I posted today. The links will be in the comments box. What are your thoughts? Please pray for this country. And I will keep you updated with all this news. Thank you so much for watching, guys. God bless you all. Till next time later. Peace.